Power Slap 22 got done the other week, and right now you will see a lot of winners and losers from that card lined up around the screen. Throughout the video, I will be showing you who I think their next opponent should be, and let's get right on to this video. Mech card, as I've already explained, but this is about the matchmaking. If you would like to see my last video, go check that out. But yeah, like I said, let's get right on into it. Main event of Sheena Bathory versus Abby Montez. Well, I do think Abby Montez is more likely to have a quicker comeback. This first matchup is honestly, in my opinion, very unrealistic, considering one of them I think is about to leave Power Slap, and the other one I think is also about to leave Power Slap. I think Sheena's about to leave. She's made her money from it. She's made her name. I think she's just gonna go and do other shit now. I would love to see her stay in this sport. I mean, she is a power. She's a force to be reckoned with, but I just don't see it happening. What I do think you do for Abby Montez is you could run a rematch against her and Sheena, but I think Sheena needs one more win. Let's run her against the girl that just got a win on the same card in spectacular fashion, besides for some steps. But yeah, I think we could see him return at a similar time. They're both international fighters, so it makes more sense that we would see him on that type of card opposed to the US anytime soon. So this fight might not happen for a while, or either of these fighters probably won't be fighting for a while. Regardless, I think Naja is a great next opponent for her. You run this match, and then the winner gets Abby. I think that's a very simple way to run it for the women's featherweight division right now. These are two monsters right here. Two guys that are packing the... Two girls that are packing the top of the power. Great chins. We just need to see Naja with that good, like, spectacular win. A name that gives her some reputation. Robin Werstreck doesn't really do that for her. Moving on, Dorian Perez. Upsetting loss for me. Great win by DeBell. Obviously, he's already said that next fight is going to be his last one, so I wouldn't expect to see that anytime soon. I'd assume he's going to be taking some time off. Let's let the heavyweight division build a good #1 contender for him to fight. Let's give him a worthy challenge that could be up there with Dorian. But I think he's ran almost everybody he's ran against everybody, if not shit. He's went against everyone. I'm gonna fucking blow up. He's went against almost everyone, if not everyone, in the heavyweight division, at least the heavyweight top 5, top 10. Holy fuck. But him and another name have made great comebacks of recently. I guess he hasn't made a really comeback, but he kind of did after the DeBell win, the last DeBell loss. But he's made a comeback. This other guy's made a comeback. His last loss was also to DeBell. I say we're running back the rematch against Dorian. Against Darius. Oh my god. Dorian and Darius, I think, is a great next matchup. I think Darius is still one of those guys that if you take DeBell out of the heavyweight division, he's got that power to put it on people. He doesn't have the greatest chin. He has a great head roll, but his chin is eh. But when he slaps now that he's grown into that man body, he's really learned how to throw it. He is putting damage on him. I would say we saw him hurt DeBell more than anybody else has. That's my personal opinion, even though I think Dorian ran a closer match with him, but that's simply because of his chin. I think we saw Darius hurt him more than we've seen DeBell ever hurt. He was leaning over the table. He was really like, fuck, I'm hurt. But I think this is a great next match for both of them. Both of them are those guys that are like easily top 3, I would say. I don't think there's many guys that can compete with these two. I mean, we've seen that already. So let's run it back. You saw, I believe it was Darius win the first time. No, you saw Dorian win the first time for sure. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. I hope it happens. I don't know why I'm saying that. Peter Trulich with a shitty loss. Um, oh my god, I'm sorry. Peter Trulich with a shitty loss. Let's put him against another guy who had a shitty loss on this card. The Glitch. These are two guys in the lightweight heavyweight division, similar to Naja and Sheena in the way of these are both international guys. We could easily see them both facing each other on an Abu Dhabi card, even though I know Peter is one of those guys that's willing to make it out to the US. I think he's done it once or twice before, maybe only once. But the Glitch, I mean, he had a bad loss. It was also up a weight class, so I would love to see him against someone in his own weight class now again. And I think the Glitch is a great opponent for him. These are two guys that are going to be boys. I don't give a shit. I want to see that matchup. I don't care if you're boys or not. Everyone, it seems like, in this sport are kind of boys. So let's run the matchup. You guys are there to slap the shit out of each other. Let's see it happen. I think this would be a great matchup. Kind of what we expected the Lewis Robinson-Pavlo match to be. But I think that it would actually turn up like this. I think this would actually be a back and forth war. Lewis Robinson proved that he is up for that next level, and we'll get on to him later. But yeah, I think this is a great next matchup for the light heavyweight division. Moving on, Jaden Banana. I'm an asshole. Jaden Banana is gets a kind of shitty win, upsetting win. This was their attempt to feed him to the wolves, to be honest. They wanted to feed him to the Russian guy. 2 knockouts, had a way better performance over Luke Simons than Jaden did. So they're like, hey, let's run this matchup. Jaden wins by DQ, but also I would argue gets stunned twice and doesn't really stun Peter at all with that one slap. Maybe he landed 2, maybe I'm wrong. Shit. But regardless, doesn't stun Trulich, gets stunned himself. They're going to try and feed him to the wolves again. Let's fucking do it. Give him Russell Rivero. Give him Russell Rivero. This is actually a good fucking compelling matchup. Jaden's coming off of an win against a guy with monster power. Let's do the same thing. Let's have Russell Rivero DQ himself out again for like the 5th time in his career. I think this would be a great matchup. You got a guy who has proved, even though he's been stunned, he has a beautiful chin. He's not getting dropped any day soon. Against the guy who I would say arguably has the most power in the division, even though he's a master of clubbing and stepping. Even with being a master of that, I think he's the most powerful guy in the division. Wolverine even also kind of admitted that in his like post-fight interview, saying, I haven't been hit by anybody like that since DeBell. And I don't think that's going to change. Russell Rivero has some true nasty sleeper power, like put you to sleep, not sleeper power. We know about his power. But yeah. Dumpling, Vasily Kamatsky, what a win. Great win from Zales. I know a lot of people are saying book him against the Hawaiian Hitman. I want to see that Bikini Manu rematch run back. I think that was a closer matchup. If you go back, watch Dumpling, the Hawaiian Hitman versus Bikini Manu Hawaiian Hitman, I would argue Bikini Manu had a way better shot. Let's run that back immediately. It should have already been run back by now if the Hawaiian Hitman didn't take like 10 fucking years off between each fight. I mean, we would already probably had it announced, I guess, but whatever. I think every champion, yes, every fucking champion has fought since he's fought. The same card, a champion has fought twice. Another champion is going to fight twice. Cole Young and fucking Damian DeBell are going to fight twice before Hitman gets another fight. Fuck me. But regardless, rant aside, I don't think you give him, Dwayne Hitman right now. I think you give, I do not know how to say his name, Kalani, I forget, Vakili Milienko, I don't know, big Hawaiian guy, give him this dude. I should have probably looked at the name before I did this. and learned how to pronounce it. That's bad on me. My bad. Moving on because I'm embarrassed. Zales coming in with a very, very shitty loss. He said he's going to want to get back in there. I believe him. Let's give him a guy with a decent name, but also hasn't proved anything crazy yet. Casey Stevenson's, the Grizzly. I think this is a great matchup for both of them. If Casey can get this win, he can prove he's up there with the top super light heavyweights. He can easily knock Zales out, especially with that chin in the air. We've seen he has power, more in the indie promotion, but still, we've seen it when he faced Kalani, I believe his name is. Or it's like a longer name, but whatever. Zales could come back and prove that he's still good with this win. We've seen Grizzly hurt, so it's not unrealistic to say that Zales could come out there, stun him, even knock him out. I don't see it happening, but I think this is a great next matchup for both of them. You can get them both momentum, and if either of them lose, it takes them both down a peg. Takes them down a lot. If Zales loses this, it kind of shows he's not meant for Power Slap. Casey loses this, it shows he's not that top 5 caliber guy that we kind of thought he was going to be coming into the promotion. Moving on, though, yeah. Sorry. Lewis Robinson, what a win. He called out Nate Bernard. Well, I do think that is a better matchup for him and honestly more winnable. I don't want to see it. I want to see fun, compelling matchups. I don't care if it's easy and good for Lewis Robinson. As much as I am a fan of him, I want to see a better matchup for him that I think, in my opinion, and I think fans' opinions, would get him more recognition from the fans than a Nate Bernard matchup, and that's Wes Mena. These guys are both tanks. They got great chins. They got great power. Put them against each other. I know Nate Bernard is ranked higher, and I would honestly get Lewis Robinson towards a title shot faster, but I think Wes Mena, I think if you were to run Wes Mena and Nate Bernard, Wes Mena is going to crush that matchup. Yeah, they haven't faced each other yet. I was so glad I almost... Whatever. Wes Mena, I think this is a great matchup for him. It can show him that he is a top 5 solidified guy. If you want to be a top prospect in the sport, if you want to challenge for the heavyweight title, you have to prove you can beat him. Lewis Robinson, this launches him up the rankings. He beat a light heavyweight in one slap. Beating a true heavyweight that has had great wins, and his losses he's been able to come back from very, very well. I would love to see his matchup. I think it's very compelling for both of them. But yeah, I don't think I have much more to say about that. Moving on to Darren Godfrey. I don't want to sit on this one too long. Give him Isaiah. I said it in my reaction. I'm gonna say it again. Give him Isaiah. I think you stick with my old plan in my last matchmaking video. Run Stunt versus Kanakoa for a #1 contender matchup. That gives, no matter what, you got 2 more middleweight title fights that are stacked to be bangers. So, I think that's just an easy win for Power Slap. Let me move my camera real quick now that I'm just now remembering, because you probably can't see this last fighter, Danyar Tokhtarov. Yeah, we're just going to move on from Darren Godfrey because that's a pretty obvious one, and I already talked about the Stunt Marshall Kanakoa matchup in my other video. Danyar Tokhtarov, decent loss, actually. He didn't lose too much stock from this, in my opinion. I think he dropped Godfrey twice. Godfrey was able to get back up, but shows he's got power, shows he's got a decent chin to take one shot from Godfrey at least, even though I think Godfrey completely whiffed and missed on it. But still, I'd love to see him back in there. Let's give him a top middleweight prospect in Hunter Hassani. Hunter Hassani is going to be out for a minute, as well as Danyar with the knockout, and I believe tearing his rotator cuff. I still don't believe we've gotten confirmation on that, but it seemed like that's what he was saying in that match every time I go back and watch it. But yeah, I think this is a great match for the middleweight division. Gives two lower guys a chance to show that they can come back from a loss and uh, be a better version of the younger generation of slappers. You see a lot of these guys that are still dominating the sports, the guys that have been here since the beginning. Even like Russell Rivera, he's been here since the beginning. Um, he's not very good in the way he doesn't win, but he's got power. He's gonna win. Think of champions: Isaiah, DeBell, Wolverine, fucking Cole Young. All these guys have been here since the beginning. Robert, they've all been here since day one. Um, I just think there's no way um you don't book this matchup. It's two younger guys against each other. Shows who's the better one in the middleweight for the younger division. Obviously, we have kind of the big prospect of the newer division for the big prospect for the newer guys in the middleweight division is obviously Stunt, but I think this is right behind him in that newer generation. I think I've yapped for way too long in this video already. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. Uh, Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't think I have much more to say.